is actually a lot harder than I thought to start. I've been after attempting to start this I think about 7 times, and yeah, it's not particularly easy because it's not exactly the happiest topic, but it's something that needs to be addressed. Anxiety and depression, these are the two biggest factors of this world, right, this current time. It's a big thing for a lot of people are going through this right now. It's not fair that especially young people are going through it in regards to if it's a disability or if they're after being bullied, social anxiety, go into depression. And yeah, some people are going to click in this video. It's like, what does this guy know about anxiety and depression? And yeah, I don't talk about things really. I don't open up, for the obvious reason is that the last person that I did open up to betrayed my trust. Kind of, you know, I'm not going to get too much into that, but yeah, this is really fucking hard, man. Wow. So I'm going to take you back to the very beginning. Back in 2007, I was 11 years old. Well, some people say 11 years young, but look, I was 11. Yeah, so it was grand during the day. It was just a normal chap growing up. I did get picked on a little bit, as a little bit I did get picked on, and it was just, that wasn't easy as itself. Because I spent so much time trying to fit in with everyone. I didn't know who I was, so I was like a sheep, you know what I mean? Follow the leader, follow one person does something, we all kind of do it, you know? I wasn't happy with that, but I accepted it, that I thought at that age that's what I had to do. I can't remember exactly what time it was during the day. A friend has a motorcycle and I was watching him up in the field, and I literally lived right near a field. If you remember, I think it was my second vlog where I kind of mentioned that's where I used to live, my old home. It was hard. This is very, very difficult for me. Sorry guys. He asked me, he coming up, right? My parents and stuff were going in to see my granddad, and in Kilkenny that time. It would be my father's father, if you get what I mean. I was like, I want to stay with Robbie, and I went up the field to watch him on his motorbike, and right, so you have the middle of the field here. So I was on this side, and I had to cross over a mound of muck going over to this side, and while I was crossing that, I tripped. And see, this is where it all ties in, because for those people who are new and clicking on this, I was electrocuted when I was 11. 12,000 volts went through my body, and yeah, I was practically dead. What happens is, you used to buy cars for like €50 or say $50, whatever you want to call it, and they used to drive the shite out of the car. When the car wouldn't really go much no more, what to do is use to burn it out. So when the car was burnt out, inside the actual tyres there was actually wire, and that wire they used to knock out the electricity. So this is how it all ties in with me. There was a live wire that was attached to the electricity pole hanging down, and when I tripped, I grabbed that wire to save myself, which I don't really remember a whole lot grabbing the wire, but I do remember kind of tripping. Not tripping my drugs now, you know what I mean, but I remember just tripping into it and grabbing it. And then after that, I was literally looking around. It was all white around me. It was like looking up into literally a white sky. I was looking down at myself and my family. I had an outer body experience. I seen my nanny and granddad. My nanny was here, my granddad was here. And in the distance I seen a man, but he was glowing. So I never seen enough of there, but I know there's something up there when we do die, which is also nice to know. So my nanny and granddad, okay, I'm not going to jump the gun, right? So when I was up there, when I was looking down at myself and my family, and the feeling, I felt their pain, I felt their sadness, but I felt relief. It's like the weight of the world was off my shoulders. I lost my arm, you see. For a lot of you that do know, it's my channel trailer if you want to check that out. I don't need to link it in the description, just click into my channel and just go onto my channel trailer and you'll be able to see that. So I had two hands up there. It was pretty weird. I was dressed in white, they were dressed in white, and it was the nicest feeling in the absolute world, that there was no stress, no nothing. It was just peaceful. So my nanny and granddad is like their way of saying, you get back down there, you're not meant to be here yet, it's too soon. So they put their hands, one hand here, my granddad did, my nanny put other hand on my shoulder, and I just fell back down, and I woke up. I was practically dead, eyes rolling in the back of my head, and I woke up. It was very, very, very tough, like, and like it was excruciating pain. I don't know much people who did survive 12,000 volts going through their body. Like, if you look up Alex O'Bríen, 11-year-old electrocuted, 2007 in Carlow, Ireland. I'll be on the internet, you'll be able to find me, and you'll be able to find my story about that, so you know that I'm not making it up. So I spent about 6 weeks in the hospital. My nanny thinks it's a religious thing. I do believe in some way or form that I spent 40 days and 40 nights in hospital. It's kind of like, it was when, I don't know what it is exactly, it's how kind of like the fasting thing came in. And so this is going back years ago, like, but I don't have much of a belief in that department, as what I seen was a little bit confusing of what we were told to believe. But this is like a topic about anxiety and depression, so I'm not going to steer off that. And so when I came back out of hospital anyway, I had no prosthetic arm or anything, so I was very, very self-conscious of that I did look different to everyone else. A lot of people have narrow minds and they would just stare at you and stuff as well. And yeah, it's like not nice when someone does that, and it just makes you know you're different when you're just trying to carry on with your life. Like between 11 and 14 it was very difficult. You know what I mean? I used to get anxious about going into public places, like afraid of what people would actually think. Am I recording? So like if you go into a public place like and people are looking at you, it's going to make you feel so awkward that it's like, oh, that person knows you're different. And some people just don't realise they do more harm than anything by doing that. You know what I mean? Like I stayed indoors for a lot of the time. Like I literally, there we go. I have my stopwatch going so I don't go over too long. But I stayed inside a lot, and it's just like I just had to do something, like, you know what I mean, because I didn't want to feel like that anymore. And I got severely depressed with everything. Like self-harming became into a topic was not a topic of interest for myself, like, but it's actually what happened. What I wanted was I wanted the pain to go away. I wanted all these bad thoughts to go away. I wanted, like, that feeling I felt when I was up there, I wanted that feeling again. And oh, this is hard. But I was this close, this close of having that again. It's weird what happened, like, you know what I mean? I don't want to go too much into everything because YouTube is, like, this is really personal to me, like, you know what I mean? This is really personal, and it's very, very hard to share for the whole world to see exactly what I went through, because I don't like opening up, as I said. In my Q&A that I done recently, Kinga actually asked me a question, what advice would I give to help with people going through anxiety and depression? Like, anxiety, right, this is where I'm going to start. Anxiety, there's different things. Anxiety is natural. People get anxious about everything in life. Not everything, but there's certain things that people will get anxious about. It's natural, it's a natural feeling. But there's two different types. There's anxiety and social anxiety. Social anxiety means you get so worked up and so anxious about going into public areas, as I said, that people kind of make you know that you look different, which really sucks. It really does suck. But what I would do is, it's the people around you that help as well. Like, if you have people that don't exactly care about you, well, they're not going to stand up for you. They're not going to make you feel, just tell you that you're not different. What was it? You've every right to be in, say, that shopping centre. You've every right like everybody else. So you're no different to them. And if you don't have that person, well, then you're going to have to literally be with people that are like that, you know what I mean? Like, as I said, have a positive side and there's a negative side, right? The negative people, positive people. Anyone negative, get rid of, and keep anyone that's positive. And everyone knows me. If you're negative around me, I'd be like, look, if you're going to stay being negative, I won't be your friend. I won't be your family member. You know what I mean? And that's just who I am. I'm positive, like, you know what I mean? And I'm sorry that it was kind of a bit gloomy, depressing kind of thing at the start, but it was just me kind of opening up, and it is hard. I feel actually a lot better just kind of just talking about it, because I don't talk about it with much people. So, overall, I know I'm a little bit louder now, but that's because I'm a little bit more comfortable talking about this, but I wasn't comfortable talking before, okay? So sorry if it's a bit cringy and a little bit awkward, you know what I mean? But what I have to do, like, so people going through anxiety and stuff as well, look, it is a bitch, it is